I'm Steve Ottaviano. I work at JAARS in North Carolina here, serving our programs around the world in their aviation service. And this is Mark, the other Kodiak pilot we have on staff here. And he's an instructor in the Kodiak and other airplanes. This airplane is the Kodiak 100 made by Quest Aircraft Company in Sandpoint, Idaho. It was designed especially for remote bush operations and particularly for missionary organizations. There are a number of reasons we like the Kodiak and have actually had a part in its design, and we'll take you around the Kodiak and explain that to you. This airplane is on its way to Papua New Guinea in just a matter of a few weeks. The landing gear, you notice, are not retractable. They're fixed, and they have the optional extra large wheels and tires on them to roll over very rough surfaces and muddy soft surfaces. The door is extra large and it doubles as a passenger entrance as well as a cargo entrance, and is designed to allow things like fuel drums and large boxes and pieces of plywood and such to go in. The airplane can carry over a ton of cargo with enough fuel for a couple hours of flight. Or if you fill the tanks up, you can fly for over 6 hours and go over 1,000 miles. The flaps are quite conventional in design. They have two intermediate positions between full up and full down. The difference with these flaps is that they're larger than most aircraft and they generate a huge amount of lift for slow flight and for takeoff and landing. The avionics, or flight controls and radios, are quite revolutionary in the Kodiak, but it's typical of what you find in the industry with new aircraft now. This is the Garmin 1000, the G1000 system, and it has 3 screens that take the place of all the old traditional mechanical instruments. On either side are the flight displays. Each pilot seat has a complete flight display with all their altitude, airspeed, heading, and other general information that a pilot would normally have in front of him. The center screen is what we call the multifunction display, and it gives the pilot a multitude of different functions, airport information, navigation information, checklists, and then of course the moving map, which puts the airplane at the center of the map at all times, and you can range it in and out and look at your position relative to the topography, airports, airspace, any number of things. And the database for the terrain in this system is worldwide, so when the airplane goes to Papua New Guinea, it will already have all of the Papua New Guinea airports and terrain and everything in its database. The engine controls for the Pratt & Whitney PT6 engine are also very conventional. You have the main power lever, the propeller pitch control, and the condition lever that basically turns the fuel on and off, and an emergency power lever down here in case of a failure of the main fuel control. Also, when you're wanting to stop in a hurry on a landing on a short airstrip, it's possible to vary the blade angle so much that it will actually go negative, and you can push air forward with the propeller and use the propeller as a brake. Okay, this is the front end, or the business end, of the Pratt & Whitney. The burner can combustion chamber releases the hot gases through turbines, and it comes out the exhaust stack there. The Kodiak is designed to burn jet fuel, which is our main interest in it. Jet fuel is plentiful and cheap all around the world, and aviation gasoline, which we have used in the past, is becoming very scarce and expensive. The vortex generators are those little vanes you see across the top of the wing down closer to the fuselage, and they actually agitate the wind to improve lift over the flaps to allow the Kodiak to fly at the heavy weights it does and at the slow speeds that it does. Even though we really love our work and we get excited about airplanes, it's not about airplanes or computers or any other tool. It's about what we can do with them and serving people, providing the Bible in the language of the people around the world that don't have it yet. And in fact, translating the Bible itself is not the end, but the fruit that it produces in the lives of people when they have it in a language they can understand. And then they understand God's message for them, and it changes their lives like it's changed our lives.